Tenali Ramakrishna was a super smart and funny jester. He was known far and wide for his wit and humor. His cleverness was unmatched, and his jokes were always on point. The entire court admired him for his quick thinking and ability to bring joy to even the most serious of situations. He made the king laugh. He made everyone laugh. The king's hearty laughter echoed through the grand hall, and the courtiers couldn't help but join in. Tenali's presence was like a breath of fresh air, lifting everyone's spirits and making the court a lively place. But one grumpy courtier never laughed. No matter how funny Tenali's jokes were, this courtier remained stone-faced. His discontent was evident, and he seemed to carry a cloud of gloom wherever he went. He was always jealous of Tenali. The courtier's eyes would narrow with envy every time Tenali received praise or laughter from the king and other courtiers. His jealousy grew with each passing day, turning into a burning desire to outshine the jester. This courtier wore fancy clothes. He talked very loudly. He believed that his extravagant attire and booming voice would earn him the respect and admiration that Tenali effortlessly commanded. He thought he was a big deal. His arrogance knew no bounds, and he often looked down on others, thinking himself superior. He couldn't understand why Tenali, with his simple clothes and humble demeanor, was so beloved by everyone. He really wanted to see Tenali get in trouble. The courtier spent countless hours plotting and scheming, hoping to find a way to embarrass Tenali and take his place as the king's favorite. His mind was always working on devious plans to bring the jester down. The king's court was a busy place. Peacocks walked around showing off their feathers. Fountains splashed water. The king sat on his throne. He loved Tenali's jokes. The courtiers wore colorful clothes. They gossiped and whispered secrets. They tried to be better than each other. It was a place for both laughs and jealousy. One day, the jealous courtier decided to play a trick on Tenali. He went to the king and bowed low. "Your Majesty," he said, "Tenali is very wise." The king smiled. "Yes," he said, "Tenali is a clever man." The courtier coughed. "But," he said, "is he really that smart?" Tenali smiled. He was known for his wit and intelligence, and today was no different. The court was buzzing with anticipation, as everyone knew something interesting was about to happen. He knew the courtier was trying to trick him. The courtier had always been envious of Tenali's quick thinking and clever solutions. Today, he thought he had finally found a way to outsmart Tenali. "Of course," he said, "I have a pot of wisdom at home." The courtier laughed, thinking he had caught Tenali in a lie. The other courtiers watched with bated breath, curious to see how Tenali would handle the situation. "A pot of wisdom," he said. "Show us." Tenali went home. The courtier's laughter echoed in the hall, but Tenali remained calm and composed. He knew exactly what he was going to do. He came back with an empty clay pot. The courtiers looked puzzled, whispering among themselves. What could Tenali possibly mean by a pot of wisdom? He gave it to the courtier. The courtier looked at the pot, then at Tenali, confusion written all over his face. "This is just an empty pot," he said. "Here it is," he said, "my pot of wisdom. Wisdom is not something you can see or touch. It is empty, yet full of value. Just like this pot, it holds the potential to be filled with knowledge and understanding." Everyone started laughing. The grand hall echoed with the sound of mirth, as courtiers and nobles alike found themselves caught in a wave of infectious laughter. It was a rare sight to see such unrestrained joy in the royal court. The king laughed really loud. His booming laughter filled the room, resonating off the high ceilings and ornate walls. His eyes sparkled with genuine amusement, a stark contrast to his usual composed demeanor. The jealous courtier was confused. He glanced around, trying to understand the source of the amusement. His mind raced, wondering what he had missed that was so funny. "Why are you laughing?" he asked. Tenali smiled. His eyes twinkled with a knowing look, as if he held a secret that only he and the king understood. "My dear courtier," he said, "being really smart means knowing that you don't know everything." The courtier felt embarrassed. His cheeks flushed as he realized the wisdom in Tenali's words. a lesson he had overlooked in his arrogance. His own pride had tricked him. He had always prided himself on his intelligence, but now he saw how it had blinded him to his own limitations. He learned a big lesson that day. The courtier realized that true wisdom came from humility and the willingness to learn from others. Being too proud can get you in trouble. The courtier's experience was a stark reminder that pride often precedes a fall, and that humility is the key to true knowledge. Did you like the story? Stories like these teach us valuable lessons about life and character. They remind us to stay humble and open-minded. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fun stories. Your support helps us bring more tales of wisdom and joy to you.